Hi guys, welcome to this week's What's on the Desk update. I don't really know where to start because there is quite a lot on the desk. So there's actually models in this mess here. That's kind of a model there. He's busting through all the paint, bit of green stuff, he's doing some repairs. I suppose I'll go left to right. There's an airbrush missing from here. It's because he is now part of my toolbox. I broke into the piggy bank and got myself a Neo from my Wada, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty serious airbrush. Really enjoying using it, and it's great to actually have an airbrush back again, because the other one, I broke it and it was just an awful time altogether. So I got that. I got like 3 packages last week for myself, and when I say for myself, it was paints and washes and glazed medium. I don't know what's going on with. Hi guys, welcome to this week's What's on the Desk update. I don't really know where to start because there is quite a lot on the desk. So there's actually models in this mess here. That's kind of a model there. He's busting through all the paint, bit of green stuff, he's doing some repairs. I suppose I'll go left to right. There's an airbrush missing from here. It's because he is now part of my toolbox. I broke into the piggy bank and got myself a Neo from my Wada, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty serious airbrush. Really enjoying using it, and it's great to actually have an airbrush back again, because the other one, I broke it and it was just an awful time altogether. So I got that. I got like 3 packages last week for myself, and when I say for myself, it was paints and washes and glazed medium. I don't know what's going on with the army painter stuff. I don't know if it's with the rebranding or whatever, but I ordered the dark tone, which is this one here. They kind of changed the sticker on it from what it used to be, and the strong tone. Strong tone is basically Agrax Earthshade, because I'm using these pots at the minute, and I find it's not giving the same effect. Like, even if I shake it for ages and it doesn't bust out the sides of the pot. So they messaged me and just basically said that they didn't have it, and they messaged me and they had it in. So I said, look, you can, or I could get a refund. So I said, look, you may as well refund it because I need the paints. So I got my glazed mediums. I got a couple of the reds I needed for the Kador and stuff like that, and a couple of them washes, which is grand because it's something like $6.20 I think a pot for the Agrax Earthshade in the local toy shop. Otherwise the Commander. If I pan slightly, this is what I was using the green stuff on last night. His arm just wouldn't hold. I have to glue his pipe back on. This is a Cryx brute troll. He's a pretty cool guy. I painted all the other trolls I had, so I was going to paint him last night, but I just let the green stuff dry in with the super glue. I have Saxon Auric. He was already painted, but I started working on the cloak last night, just a couple of wet blends, and then I started getting tired, so I stopped. And the same here on the red bit of the cloak. That was all I done on him. This is Captain Rengrave, but I went and painted him up thinking he was one of the ghost pirates, but he's actually not, so I have to repaint him. I have Lich Lord Venetrax. He's a really cool guy. I started putting some silvers and stuff onto him. I'm not doing the casters at the minute. I'm batch painting all the units and cavalry, and basically the stuff that's in large quantities that will probably burn me out, and then I can take my time doing the casters. I have Gorshade 3 on his horse. I just airbrushed on the colours for the armour. I'll do the rest then with wet blending and stuff. And then I have Asphyxius 3 as well. So he has like a cool sword. He's not on a mad flying base or anything, but he does have this dude with him. It's like his #1 fan with a little banner. So I'll have to paint him up as well. The last Cryx caster that I have then on commission is Lichlord Terminus, and this is currently how he stands. So I have to sort that out. Right, I'll go this way and then I'll go back to the K-Door at the back. This is one of the other lads I'm doing a few commissions for. It's the Scorn Siege Animanthrax. So as you can see, it is actually a pretty cool model. There's a guy up the top here with a little horn. He's playing probably Sandstorm by the Rood or something, because you know they're in the desert. This guy's got his twin linked gun there. This guy and this guy over here are spearing as they run around, and the actual, like the animal thing itself, the beast has like a sledgehammer tail. So what I was thinking of doing was maybe having a model speared onto this thing, just to, you know, give it a bit of life, because there's not really much conversion work that you can do with this, because you've seen yourself in the large, like the huge bases, there's not a whole lot of room to be fooling around with stuff. So if I have the thing stuck onto the spear there, it'll give a bit of life to it. And then there's just a picture of it on the back. Haven't built him yet, so he is there to be built. Over here I have two of these Soul Trapper guys. I'm going to paint them up tonight, airbrush all the black onto them, the highlight, and then do the metallics, washes, and then do the blue glow. So I have two of them. I have a full unit of Statixis, I have a UA and a Solo. That's them there. They're only primed, there's a bit of repair work to be done. If you look up here, these models here, I have Strakov 2 and Zerkova 2. They're Warcaster units, so Strakov does himself and then two like guards with him, and Zerkova is the same, so it's 2 3-man units there. But obviously I'm not painting them yet, I'm finishing all the Cryx. So speaking of Cryx, I'm going to drop these guys down. These are bloat trolls or bile trolls, one or the other. Basically they run up and explode. So they're all painted more or less the same. This guy is about to erupt, so I painted the glow onto his stomach crack there, or his stomach like combusting, or whatever you want to say. So there's like just 2, 4, 6 of them there. Then I have the K-Door gun carriage, got it done. Once I painted camo kind of stuff onto the netting there. Once they're based, I'll do spin around. So what he has done, heavily battle damage from running around and blowing stuff up. I think you've seen all of the Iron Fan pikemen in the background that I painted, all the Winter Guard infantry. The Winter Guard, there's 13, I think there was 17, I think I did talk about them. I don't have all the bits for them yet because they have to be ordered, but basically these guys are painted as well. Iron Fan Cavalry, there's 5 of them. Then the War Dog is done. I got this is part of the Cryx stuff, this is the Wither Shadow Combine. Cool little guys. Just a little glow effect on his skull face. There's 3 of them in this unit. This guy has like a puppet handle, so I painted it as if he's using it on this little skeleton that's dancing on his skirt. His backpack is glowing. And then the last member, I think I just kicked the tripod there, sorry. There's this cool chick. She has like a spell book, it's all glowing. But that's her. I'm not going to show you any more of the Cryx or the K-Door there because that you've seen them. I have 5 of these guys, they're Soul Hunters. I've painted a unit before, but I was painting a character, Cryx Solo, who's like a cavalry solo guy, and the client wanted him painted as like a headless horseman with a bluish glow, so that's what I went with here on these guys as well, just so it kind of matches them in, you know, kind of undead fleshy colours, and then the headless horseman glow. So I'm just going to tilt this back down to the table and start showing you stuff. I have four, I was going to say Iron Fist, I have 4 Sons of Medusa Contemptor Dreadnoughts, all airbrushed up with, these are the Betrayal at Calt ones, so the weapons are magnetised. This is for a Space Marine, a Sons of Medusa Space Marines battle company I'm working on, so they need to get their metallics and stuff started to be worked up. On the Cryx front, or the Cryx front, on the Khador front, I finished, I was going to say, it's Behemoth? Conquest, that's what he's called. So, just your standard cotton wool airbrush with a grey and then a black onto it. I put 2 of them up here in the gun as well, so it's as if the gun is just fired. A lot of work went into this guy, painting all the rivets, putting all the washers and stuff on. For the pistons here, all the metallics were washed black, and then for like the pistons and stuff I put a blue wash on it. I think it was Dragonoff Nightshade, just to make it look like there's an oily residue there. And then I put some Agrax Earthshade into the recesses as if there's dirt and stuff pooling up on them. There's a big fist in the camera. So his fist is glowing, we have a bit of battle damage on his fist. His head is, you know, he's an angry looking dude. Same again on that fist there then. You can see the battle damage and stuff. But he's done as well, so I was just thinking there from what else I have to do for the Khador. I'm waiting to get a gloss varnish delivered so that I can, because the client's model was glossed, so I'm going to gloss them and then put the snow on them, just in case the varnish has some kind of reaction with the bicarbonate of soda and corrodes it or something after I make it, because I don't want that happening. So that's the 4 dreadnoughts then, I'll show you one of them. Right, so I went all out there for a couple of days and made a serious bust on painting. So I have another full shelf of painted models again. They need to be based as well and sealed, and then I can start casing them up to get them sent back. So that's the 5 Soul Hunters there. So different different sculpts, you know. This guy has like a skeleton face and a helmet. This guy's wearing a kind of a mask thing. And then you have, this is obviously the squad leader. He's got like an animal skull for a head, but they're all glowing up because they're all ghostly, because it's Cryx. That's them, that's a 5-man unit. And then I have, this guy's called Dara Wraith, so his horse is painted up. This is meant to be the headless horseman kind of guy, so you can see his glowing head there. Maybe if I zoom out it'll work a bit better. So obviously needs basting as well, tidying up and all that kind of crack. But once they're all based, I will do spin arounds for them. And then when his horse gets killed, he runs around like the Grim Reaper, because he's cool like that. That's him. I have 2 of these flying hell turkey jacks, so I'm only going to show you one of them. Painted up like the rest of the jacks, and I used the same technique I used for the Negro Tree's wings on him. I just didn't highlight them up as much. I have a 5-man unit of Bane Riders. The client bought a unit of Bane Riders I painted for someone else years ago. They were green, so these ones are blue, just so you can tell the difference between them on the table. So the horse is painted up to look real, as if it was alive, and then the Bane himself is the ghost. So I have 5 of them. A lot of cavalry in this bunch. I think this is like some kind of guy to do with the stitch trolls and making mechanic trolls. But he's painted up. Painted up his flesh and all the same as the bile trolls and stuff like that. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 of these mechanic trolls. Cool it off, guys. So there's 10 of them. I'm just going to take it all down so you can see what I basically got done this week. It was in 2 or 3 days I actually got all this done, which was nice because with the Sons of Medusa commission coming in, I want to try and focus on getting as much of that done as possible. I have 2 of these guys here. I think these are like specialised mechanic trolls. I think they're really cool because they just have a gigantic fist and then like a normal arm with a little hook blade on it. But I have 2 of them guys. And then there's 2, 3, 4, another 5 of these. So this guy is like really busting. So I just painted that up to look like that. And I knew there was another pustule kind of thing. This is obviously the squad leader because he's shoulder pads, but I didn't get painting his pustule. So I'm going to go back when I'm doing another glow effect and fix him up, just to make sure they're all kind of the same. Oh sorry, there's 6 of them. There's another one. I think they're the bile trolls and this guy's the bloat troll. So, really cool guy. Airbrushed up his flesh with glazed medium in it, so it all kind of blended. And the first thing I done then was purple washes in the recesses and then a brown wash overall when the metallics and all were done to tie it all together. And then there's a character bloat troll, I think he's called Mobius. He's really cool. He has like this mechanic troll like wired into his head and into his back. You can see how he's wired in and stuff there. And then finally I have a unit of 10, I think, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. The copy is so low here, so just make sure you can see them too. 4, 6, 8. Yeah, there is 11. Right, so this guy's obviously like a unit attachment or a solo or something, but the whole idea is these guys are like ghost pirates, and the client wanted like yeah, I think it's balefire swords and stuff on them. So they're all airbrushed up, the blues, and then I just added hints of purple on the swords just to make them stand out a bit. So the camera makes them look like really bright, but they're not actually that bright in person. You can see more shadows and stuff on them. I think they're really cool, and they look good, you know, with the just a kind of glowy effect. But that is more or less it then for this week, guys. Yeah, that's all I've painted. So we have 4 Sons of Medusa rolling contemptors there at the back. You have all this Cryx, you have the Cador gun carriage, and then the Conquest as well. So I'm kind of rambling now, it's nearly 20 minutes. There was no Tau painted this week because obviously commissions have to take priority. You know, it's how I'm able to afford to buy models and paint models, because otherwise I wouldn't be buying paints if I didn't be doing the commissions, you know. So I'll see if I was debating, just maybe someone else knows, I'll throw it out there. Halford's primer is like brilliant for doing models, but has anyone used Halford's clear lacquer for spraying them? Because I don't want to go and spend like, you know, 10 or 15 quid on a can of lacquer and then find out it's not going to work on a model, you know, that kind of way. Maybe I'll try it on one of mine and see, just for the crack, because it's my model, it's not a client's. I can strip it down in my own time and it's not going to cost me, it's not costing the client time and money, you know. So if anyone knows, let me know, that'd be great. If not, I might do it next week when I get paid, and see how I get on from there. But I'm going to leave it there. Actually, no, I'm not. I'll show you the other commission that came in. 1 second. Alright guys, so the final bit I'm going to show you this week. That case with the Cryx in it is empty at the minute. That's for, well, it says Cryx on it, but that's for all the K-door. To go back to the guy I'm doing it for. These are actually my socks, they're deadly. I don't actually wear them, but I was going to wear them to work just for the crack, so when the manager's coming up, I can just press the sock and stand there and giggle away to myself. So this came down by courier the other day. The case was in it, and in the case was this. As you can see, it is a Last Cannon Pred with a heavy bolter sponge in there. This is going to be for Flesh Tower's army, so that's pretty cool. Really looking forward to painting that. I have Servat, maybe it's Servat Resnick, Rat of Ages. He is Epic Cavalry Battle Engine Warcaster for Menoth, so he is like really detailed and cool looking. It's going to be some fun job to painting this guy. I have Circle Orboros Loki, Warpwolf Heavy Beast. He's pretty cool. I have Circle Orboros Renos the Elderhorn Satyr Character Heavy War Beast. So really cool guy there. There's no point me building until I finish what I have built. Another unit of cavalry here. Druid Mist Riders. A couple of blisters in here then. I have two of these guys. They're the Black-clad Stone Shaper. So that's the two of them. I have the Death Wolves. And then I have a Tharn Ravager Shaman unit attachment. So this looks like a fun model. But that's it now. They'll not be getting built until I get the K-door and the Cryx off the table and out of the way, because otherwise it's just going to be too much and I'll burn out again, and I don't want that to happen. So that's it for this one guys. Thanks for watching, and happy wargaming. If you haven't already, please do subscribe and hit the like button and leave a comment, because it keeps me going. See you next week.